What the internet has quite essentially done is it has opened up e-commerce sites, which puts a company in the international market. Now you can be sitting in Mongolia and selling your products to Australia, or creating world-class eco-friendly shoes in New Zealand and distributing it around the world. Think about how in today's world, how quickly an idea can spread, especially when it comes to marketing that we see for a particular product overseas that we pretty much have to have. Now, back in the old days, really hard to find out about new products overseas, let alone even get it across to here. But in today's world, click, click, boom, we got it. Go online, find the shop that sells it, find a shop that's willing to send it, and all of a sudden, a store which only served locally can now think globally. However, the internet-based economy remains hindered by brick-and-mortar rules, so regulations as well as habits. What that basically means is the rules that we use for the online world is based on the real world, which may not always fit the function that's required, or may actually hinder the progress that needs to be made. In saying that, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens after the current lockdown period. For the last 6 weeks, if not longer, depending on which country you're in, pretty much start of the year or end of last year, what we've seen is more and more people doing online shopping. But I wonder, once all this ends, will the retail stores get their act together and provide better service? Or will people just be so comfortable with online shopping that that becomes the new normal? Reasons global marketers use social media. There's 3 big ones. First, because it is popular around the world. Second, to understand customers. And third, for global brand building. Think about this one, right? Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and other social medias are so popular around the world that firms, both large and small, have embraced social media marketing. Global marketers use social media not only for understanding consumers, but also building their brand as they expand internationally. This has led to pros as well as cons. Pros for marketers, definitely. Pros for consumers in terms of accessing information. But there's also cons in the sense misinformation or misusing people's data. In saying that, the genie is well and truly out of the bottle. The key thing to remember from a marketing perspective is that new technologies, emerging technologies, and existing technologies are coming together like never before. There's a lot of unwritten rules, there's a lot of unwritten even processes, which basically means there's a lot of potential for growth, development, and creation. This has a lot of positive benefits for the future, but this also means where there's opportunity, there's also room for certain platforms to work or certain tools to really, really dominate and others which will disappear. As marketers today and in the future, we gotta keep our eyes open. We got to be mindful, and most importantly, we have to take all the various things we learn. For example, understanding of foreign cultures, understanding of how people do what they do, as well as research into what people are interested in, as well as how best to communicate, pricing, distribution, and of course, adapting the product to meet the local needs. And if we can do all this well, then we have a real possibility and a potential